Hi, this is Vicky, and welcome back to our Under the Sea learning session. This week, we're actually going to make our fish scene using some unusual material, foil. We're also going to make a coral reef using, well, egg cartons. What else would you do? And then do a little work with the sharks. Don't stress, nobody's going to get bit. Let's take a look at our first activity. This is activity number 5. In your box, you should have a sheet numbered 5, which looks like this. The activity incorporates a number of skills using cutting and pasting, which we know is a favorite of our little ones. But the primary skill that we're working on is 1, recognizing print numbers, and 2, the ability to sequence them from lowest to highest number. This is a great time to get out your number cards from your teacher's kit, and on the table, order those number cards 1 through 5 using the teacher kit cards. Then your little one should be able to cut straight on all of the dotted lines, and you'll end up with 5 pieces, each with a number on it. Help them order them in number sequence, and then they can glue them onto this piece here in the right order. And if you're wondering, of course they need to color them in, because who doesn't know we don't want a black and white shark. Anyhow, so I think they'll have a really good time with this. Let's take a look at our next activity, activity number 6. This activity I think is really fun, and the idea is to create an ocean scene, and we provided some blue paint for the ocean. And painting on foil is really actually unlike doing it on any other surface. You can do it with your fingers, you could do it with a brush, you could do it with Q-tips, a sponge, whatever you like. And what you want to be doing is the smooth and shiny surface of the foil is really enticing, and so I think that's a lovely way to do that. You can also use markers on this to make any other color that you like. Markers work really well on foil. I think working with both gives a wonderful, fun experience. In the bag, there's also a couple pieces of foil, fish stickers, a piece of cardboard to mount it all on. What you want to paint on the smooth side of the foil. And this child made fish by actually leaving them just blank, which is kind of cool. But we have a lot of other choices here, and I just wanted to kind of give you some samples of things that other children have done. This child actually made waves, which I think are amazing. This child actually used a sponge to make all of their stuff, which I thought was interesting. This child cut out fish using paper and then glued it on top of the scene. And this child used tissue paper on top of the scene, all of which I thought were truly a delight. This child combined stickers and paint. So many choices. We can't wait to see what yours ends up doing. Let's look at activity number 7. We're going to actually make a coral reef. Did you know that coral reefs aren't like rocks? They're actually made by tiny little creatures called polyps, and they build their houses out of, well, chalk that they build. And they build them with their friends in big groups, kind of like an apartment building with everybody living together. So many houses in one big building. There are lots of different types of fish that live in the reefs, almost 4,000 types. And the biggest reef is actually off the shore by Australia. Not only are there coral reefs, a place where animals live, but they also protect the coastlines. Let's take a picture of, show you some of them. I think the thing that strikes me is how colorful the reefs themselves are, as well as the fish that actually live there. Well, we've included an egg carton to serve as the base of your coral reef, along with some sparkling, sparky, spiky pom-poms, some pipe cleaners in different shades, some paper to make fish if you want, along with some popsicle sticks so that they can be swimming through your reef. And honestly, we can't wait to see what your little one's reef. I hope they make a good home for Nemo. Our next activity, number 8, feed the shark. We're providing a shark And hopefully you can use your double-sided yellow and red tokens, which are part of your math kit, to help feed the shark. The idea with this game is that you roll your dice from your teacher's kit, and then the child counts how many dots and then feeds the same number of tokens to the shark. Now, I'm sure that a shark is super hungry, so keep rolling those dice. When the tokens are all gone, you can play again. Well, that's all for this week. I'll see you next week.